Actually, on relationship today, we have Peace Igede. She's joining us to talk about a very interesting topic here when it comes to relationship, and I'm going to learn so much from this. Respecting boundaries in relationship, which also includes marriages or, pre-marriage and all of that. Peace in a family life and also transformation coach here. And we have her. Igede, what's your name, Igede? Where's that from?
Delta State.
Delta State. And it means what?
It means the sound of music.
Sound of music.
Fame.
But
So when you hear Igede, you're hearing fame.
I know of an instrument that's called the Igede, and it makes that sound, sort of. So
yes.
But let's get to the topic today. We're talking about boundaries inside a relationship to try and create happy family life. What kind of boundaries, and are boundaries necessary inside a relationship? I mean, if we are in a relationship, we're expected to be, bare, aren't we?
Okay, so when you say bare, there's no system that does not have a structure. So relationship is meant to have a structure. So you can't just be bare in a relationship because when you're bare, assumption just runs the system. So you need to be in a structured relationship in order for you to build a healthy relationship. So boundary is extremely important. And boundaries are simply imaginary lines that help to define the relationship you're having with your partner.
Okay, so that's interesting. So you're saying that even inside of a marriage, boundaries are necessary.
Yes, boundaries are very necessary.
You really need to explain that to us because, especially inside a marriage, people say the more open you are with your partner, the better the relationship.
Okay, so boundary does not mean that you're not open. That you're setting boundaries in your relationship does not mean you're not open. It simply means that you need your own me time, your own space. And it doesn't only come when you're having misunderstandings. There are some people that are used to themselves.
Okay.
They love being around themselves and they love spending time to do their own thing. So it doesn't mean that you're keeping malice or there's an issue. No.
Okay.
You just love, it's just understanding. Once there's understanding between the people involved in the relationship, then you're able to understand the essence of boundary in the relationship you share. And I will say it boldly here. Boundary is extremely important in marital relationship, just like a normal relationship.
Now, these boundaries, what exactly, can you give us like a true-to-life type example of the kind of boundary we're talking about?
Okay, so, for example, practically, if I'm the kind of person that love going out, right? Or my partner is an introvert. My partner does not like going out, be it the male or the female. And I like hanging out. I have friends I hang out with. First, there has to be trust. Okay, I'm going to hang out with these people because that's who I am. Before you married me, I've always been this person. So I need that me time to spend time with my friends. I'm inviting you to join us, but if you're not joining, it's fine. That's who I am. Do you understand? And then, because you are an introvert, you don't like going out, it's not right if I try to force that habit on you.
Okay.
You don't go out, you're so into yourself and all of that. It's a gradual process. If I don't want to go out, allow me. That's me setting my boundaries, making it clear to you that this is who I am. And these are the kind of things I like to do. And then in the area of external influence in your relationship, so both of you can actually set boundaries against external influences. Aside from you setting boundaries between each other. Now, these boundaries that is between you and your partner has to be healthy, not malicious. It has to be very healthy. Then against external influences, e.g., friends that are not, that are toxic, they're not adding value to your relationship. If you're married, relatives that are toxic to your relationship, they exist. We know that. But sentiments don't allow us set these healthy boundaries to protect us from this toxicity. Instead, we rather absorb it and live with it. But if you're able to understand the essence of boundary, it's quite wild, both within the relationship and outside the relationship to protect the four walls of your relationship, then you're able to build a very healthy relationship with your partner.
So I see the worth of what you're talking about here, and it's just glaring. However, I also see factors that are working against it. And one that stares me in the face is tradition, custom, where you have that custom that says that, as married couples, that this has to be the way it is, or the ideas that, how can we then, what do we do in this case where it's already established as custom, but to save the marriage or the relationship, we have to adopt these measures you're talking about, where do we start from at this point?
Okay, so all cultures are man-made, right? Culture is man-made, tradition is man-made. So you can come up with your own family culture. You can come up with your own family tradition that is suitable for the relationship you're building with your partner. It's not written anywhere that you have to follow the already existing culture. You can come up with your own culture that suits you. And that is where communication, and working together comes in. So you're in a relationship, you know the way you're coming from. It's not done. You have to tie wrapper to that event. Where you're coming from,
Yeah,
right? It's not done, it's never heard.
If you're single, it sounds like it's a problem. Don't let my mother see you in so and so clothes and all that kind of thing.
Yes, so if you're able to establish that boundary, let your partner understand that, okay, this is what I want. And then it's left for you now to now extend the boundary to your extended family members. It's what my partner wants, and I'm fine with it. At the end of the day, it's your relationship. It's not their relationship. So it's what you want in your relationship that works for you.
Oh, wow. That is very, very interesting. So let's say a 10-year relationship, whether married or unmarried, and we are about to start with these suggestions that you have given. What are the other little nuances that we need to take care of first? Because nothing ever goes cold turkey. You don't go from this to that all of a sudden. You have to set things in place. What must I set in place, say, if this was me I'm talking about, to be able to engage these factors, these things you're talking about here? Okay,
you must make sure you have values that work between you and your partner. Okay, so you're coming together to start a fresh family, as the case may be. You must have values that work, real values that work, and then you must build family boundaries that will help keep you together, and also let there be understanding. Trust is extremely important.
There's trust, there's understanding.
And then the values.
And the values.
The values that build the family. So the values is the structure of the family.
The structure. Okay.
That you're starting.
Trust, understanding, and structure. That's a very nice way to round it up and put it in a ribbon. Well, thank you very much, Peace. It's always so exciting to actually hear you talk about this, and I'm hoping that you come back again so we can have more. I'm hoping that out there you've learned something and that you're going to put it to practice inside of your small unit as a family and extend it to other people. Let there be understanding, peace, and then form that structure. Remember, boundaries are very necessary, no matter how long you've been married for or what customs you come from. Do stay tuned. There's more inside of Wake Up Nigeria.